My name is Ankana Sengupta and I'm currently pursuing PGDM in HR in BIMTech Greater Noida batch 2024-2026. And today we have with us Mr. Keyoor Diwakar. He is from batch 2009-2011, a proud alum of BIMTech. Kindly sir, would you introduce yourself?
Very good morning and thanks for having me here. My name is Keyoor Diwakar. I passed out from BIMTech in the year 2011. I'm the batch 2009-11. I completed my MBA from International Business branch, and after that I had taken a job at Wipro, and almost for 8 years I was working with Wipro. Thereafter I moved to Infosys. Since moving out of BIMTech, I have been in the public sector market in India region, and for almost last 14 plus years I have been managing public sector business. Currently in Infosys, in my role I am managing the entire public sector business for Infosys, where we are working for all the taxation, the revenue management programs for the country.
Okay sir. So sir, since you have joined the industry like in 2011 after passing out, how has the industry evolved? Like what it was before and how is it now?
It's an interesting way because over the last I think 14 years, 15 years, we have seen multiple events which has transcended in front of us. And if I can put it on from, I'll take an industry view and also a larger view, because there is a pre-COVID era and there is a post-COVID era.
Right, sir.
So what has happened is prior to COVID, there was a way which was largely called as digital transformation, and industry at large was kind of moving towards that. There was a certain way of working in which almost all the business was operating, and then came COVID, which completely transformed everything, because suddenly internet kind of became the buzzword, startups became the buzzword, e-com became the buzzword, and what happened was then work from home also came up into being. So industry was also learning through this whole phase, and industry was also kind of challenged with so many issues which was happening, because COVID was a very uncertain period, and then business also bumped back because business had to kind of encircle around it. And then we also saw that how we came out of that whole COVID phase, and post-COVID phase we started seeing a different way of working altogether, where we started having hybrid kind of a method of working, and industry adopted it.
Yes.
And it took some time. There was a lot of shocks which was seen across the segment, whether it was in IT, whether it was in retail, whether it was in manufacturing. Everybody had to come out of that, and they had to reform the way they were working on it. So we saw that happening in front of us. Now then I think immediately after COVID, something which dramatically changed everything was artificial intelligence. AI, from being in the side corner or kind of playing an automation role or just helping in some of the mundane thing, it took the center stage and everybody was talking about it. And just when people were kind of understanding that okay, now automation is the transformation is done, NVIDIA came and they said that now GPUs is the new thing.
Right.
And ChatGPT completely revolutionized every aspect of the way they're working. And this was the first time when it was not touching only the industry. It touched the mainstream, starting from the kids at home to the people who are probably already superannuated. They were also using it, and everybody was finding it very useful. So people were kind of enthused to understand what is artificial intelligence, how can it work in our enterprise, how can it work in our business. And then we are already started seeing that the business is getting created around AI.
Absolutely.
So this has become, the AI has already become a transformation model for so many businesses.
Absolutely.
So I think in the last 15 years this has been quite a phenomenal journey. And I'm sure even when the whole education sector, they are also kind of growing through this whole phase. They have also been, because they have to adapt to the industry, and now industry is facing a major issue, because one, we don't know how the whole AI is going to pan out, and while we are kind of understanding it, generative AI has already taken the center stage. So we have to keep learning about it, we have to keep understanding how it works, and obviously it's interesting times which is in front of us.
Sir, according to you, is AI a boon or is it a curse in your industry? How would you reframe it?
See, I come from at least I put it in 2-3 spaces. One is IT as a sector in which I'm operating into, and I specifically into IT services segment, and I operate in the public sector market.
Right, sir.
Now we have a unique issue, and it's not something which is only for us, but when you are working in public sector, you have to deal with population scale problems. So, and just take an example of whether it is an UPI. Before UPI came, we could never think through that how exactly a payment mechanism which is going to run at such a massive scale is ever going to be there. Banking was not supposed to be for all the citizens. Now UPI has completely transformed the way it is working, and people are forced to think that no, we have to think in this way. So having said it, I cannot call AI as a curse at all. AI, but again we have to tread with caution, because AI has got its own realm, it has its own pros and cons. We have to learn about AI, we have to understand about AI, because AI, while it can help you do so many things, but we also have to be privy to something sensitive towards that. What can it cause which you may not like? So we have to also ensure that responsible AI is something which we are imbibing into. We understand AI, how it works for us, and make a massive use, because if you have to use it, let's say even in education, you don't want that your AI tool is going to tutor you something which is not good for you. Okay? So we have to understand that how it exactly works, how it exactly trains, how it exactly tutors us. So we have to learn it. It will take some time, which probably we'll learn in some point of time. But then definitely it's not a curse, but it's not a boon that we can just grab it by both. But we should not be left behind.
Right, sir. So sir, you said that you have done MBA in IB, International Business. So being a student of MBA IB, what skills, 2-3 skills you would actually look into a student who is a fresh graduate and whom you would want to hire? 2 or 3 skills.
See, it's a very interesting question, because at least we face this on a day-to-day basis. See, you're in an industry and you have to work with people, and you need new workforce to join you. Now, and especially in the mid segment where I am right now operating, I keep usually saying this, that those who are coming from the academia, they should start thinking that they have to make themselves industry ready. And why it is easier said than done, one has to look around. There are so many things which is happening in the global phenomena. And today's world, it is so connected. The information is something which is at the tip of your hand. You can always access so many libraries of information, whether it is the Googles or the Chat GPTs, which can make things available for you. Make maximum use of that, and try to understand why something is happening in a particular way, because then only you will understand that how business are growing towards that. Just don't take something for granted just because somebody is coming and lecturing saying that this is the way it will work. Just take one step back, look into the data, and again understand how exactly it is going to work for you. What is it that you can do better in that? Don't think about right or wrong, but at least make an attempt. Unless we read about it, unless we get into the data, we will miss the very thing which we are good at, because we are all humans. We have something which is very, very unique, which is brain. If we are not making maximum utilization of that, then we are not doing a fair justice to ourselves. I think that would be one thing which I would recommend.
Right, sir. So the last question. So how has MBA as an education platform helped you in the career that you've chosen right now, or in the industry that you are?
See, MBA is a choice, and MBA is a choice when I say it's not a mandatory course which somebody has to do. So once you have made a choice, you have to make it worth it for yourself. Now, personally, if I say, when I joined MBA, I had very limited understanding of business per se. I never had an organized view of how a business is created, what are the market forces, how do you look into any operations, how do you look into any finance. So for me, everything was so unorganized. It was put into several buckets. MBA has helped me put things into structure,
Right.
and it has helped me in terms of how do I plan it for myself. Because once you're out there in the market, you are on your own.
Right.
There's nobody coming to help you up. This is the knowledge or your experience which you gain in this 2 years of period is going to help you across in your professional journey. Because from here onwards, you will have to be in your professional journey, whether it is a startup, whether it is an organization, whatever it is. But you will have to use all the learnings which you gain over here, and that is going to help you. And I think, at least for me, MBA has helped me in that way.
Right, sir. So thank you so much. It was really great having a beautiful interaction with you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.